ladies and gentlemen, for the 1058th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring the man called the Black Manatee.
Yeah.
As well as that dude called his Junus.
What up, bitches?
Me, I am El Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today?
Big Mike and Easy.
Yeah. Man, just another day at it, man. It's Thursday for y'all out here listening.
Yep, it's a Thursday episode. Although I gotta say, in the effort to try to continue to globalize the show and push our search engine optimization through the use of AI, I might have to push the thing. We might become a Tuesday evening, Friday evening show.
Okay.
Because I think I might try to get it to where I've got everything optimized before it drops. Everything coming out with all of the whatevers that can be done, done and in play with time to spare, because YouTube likes to have stuff on for at least 2 to 24 hours before it gets dropped onto the rest of the World Wide Web. And so I don't know. We might go to Tuesday, Friday.
All right, hey, stay tuned, ladies.
In order to enable me to get the work done, to hopefully get this thing here of ours to be something that could pay us one day and not just cost us.
Oh man.
Speaking of which, Jew, gotta get some scratch on that podcast website. Mike's gonna pay me the other amount. We'll discuss it later.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Can I do cash?
Absolutely. All day, every day. As long as it's real and it's not counterfeit, I'm down.
It's all real. That's why my middle name's Benjamin. Ow!
This motherfucker, yeah, I like how you threw that in there. That was slick.
Yeah, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
Man.
So we're gonna have to get the TV set up.
What, down here?
Not right now for preseason, because you know that's not important. But I'm definitely gonna get the Redzone again. The touchdown square thing. 'Cause I definitely could dig that. I don't want the ticket, but I don't really give a fuck about watching the games. If I could watch Redzone, Jones.
The rotating Redzone shit is actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that. But I don't need the ticket. I don't need to watch, every fucking game. Give me every Redzone. I'll be alright with that. That's what matters, anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So that was a joint there where you had like it would click through
any game that's in the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Like they'd show a touchdown and then they would immediately cut to somebody on the 12.
Or if they were kicking a field goal. Basically any scoring chance they show. You know what I mean? Or if you're in the 20-yard line, they stay on that.
And they don't have to be like lined up live. They can play it 3 minutes after it happens.
They usually jump back because they can't get all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I like that. I fuck with that. The rest of that shit though, it's too much money, not worth it. Yeah. But I don't know what's going to be at the beginning of the season. Like I paid, I don't even know, maybe like $30 for the last, 2 months of the year, which cheap as fuck.
If they make it cheap,
they try to hit me like 200 type shit. They might end up just keeping that. Because
what's your threshold? What do you want full season price on? Because like if the NFL Sunday ticket was say $90 for the whole season, you'd pay that and have that if it was an option.
Yeah.
Because it's so inexpensive.
Yeah. 90 is not too crazy.
90's not bad.
No, because that's probably like a cable bill.
Yeah, no, that's
probably less than the cable bill actually.
That's not a bad bill.
Because I'm trying to get rid of the cable bill.
YouTube TV shit because I've had cable in so long I don't even fuck with it.
No, you don't even want it. I know I don't. My cable bill's $260.
Yeah, fuck off.
And that's just one box. One box.
Nah, I better be able to say what I want, watch it, be able to watch it live right then.
But like, you gotta have the internet, and what does that run by itself? How much more is the television cable?
That's what I gotta go find out because I'm running private cable.
Like,
well, if it's only gonna save you $20, you might as well keep it. But if you can drop television
but if I can drop the
and
TV
keep internet,
man,
and say save $80 or $100
yeah,
on
you
it.
definitely can save that.
You know what I'm saying?
$260. I think I'm paying. It's got to be less than 100, but let's even say it's 100. Let's say you're paying 100 for
just internet
and phone. They try to give you a house line like it's fucking 99 type shit, you know.
Yeah, but you need that internet and phone. That's the only way out of the matrix.
Yeah, but let's say internet and phone for $100.
I still want a landline.
You getting YouTube TV for like.
I want an old school like
90.
Put the joint on top of it, and it's got the rotary.
Like you want the rotary?
I want a classic heavy-duty rotary, the kind that would be on a private eye's desk in like 1939.
Yeah, that's too much.
You get internet and whatchamacallit for internet YouTube TV for under 200, easy out the door. Easy. You might even get on the first customer jump and get them for like 25.
I don't know. Most of it doesn't seem to be worth it.
Like I think I paid 50 for my Verizon, but I've had Verizon for like
forever,
since they were probably MCI or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like I think I've been a Verizon customer since like 2005 or some 8 or some dumb shit like that.
Same thing with Xfinity.
So they do that new thing. They got that one program now where any new customer is guaranteed $50, 5 years, no change.
Yeah, I've been with AT&T since it was single.
So I called him like, well, yeah, what's up with that deal? Why can't I get that deal? I've been with y'all. What y'all got for 20-year motherfuckers?
Yeah,
right?
for real.
He's like, nothing, but we can give you this deal. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, but I need to pay what that motherfucker paying with.
You know what's a trip, man?
Hook the brother up.
I've been so long with the same phone that like I don't even know if I want a new phone when it's time for a new phone. Because like,
yeah.
I mean, I've had this phone for almost 10 years now. Like, am I ever gonna get another run like that? I can't imagine.
No, not nowadays.
Nah, hell no.
You know,
motherfuckers ain't built like that.
But yeah, like this is madness, right?
Like my shit eventually, I think I'm almost buying the kids' phones will be due here probably next year after that, because my daughter's phone's already started to do its thing like they always do. They have a little thing where they start acting fucking funky. You know what I mean? I fixed it, but I'm like, all right, that's just telling me the time's almost up with these fucking phones.
Yeah, I think I could change the battery, maybe get a couple more years out of it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
But
because I think that's my primary issue when it acts funny. It's because it's overheating and the battery's 10 years old.
But the upgrades for these joints, man, it's actually cheap as fuck when I go upgrade my shit. You know what I mean? Like, so my daughter's phone, because it's the cheaper one, that's usually like free to upgrade to the next one up, the next level up. My son's phone is probably gonna be like $50, and my shit's probably like $100 to upgrade them. And then after that, they're good again for another couple of years. You know what I'm saying? But the upgrades, because I've been with fucking, it used to be Sprint and Boost and all. I think it's Boost now. It was Sprint at one point, and then they merged or whatever. So
yeah, all them joints been bouncing all over the place for a while now.
So, but like the Comcast shit, that shit just, I'm looking at that bill, I'm like, this fucking shit's nuts, because I only watch fucking, you know,
that shit was too something when I was living in
and fucking
Warrenton.
Tom Yamas and Jeopardy and
you don't watch enough. I mean, you can't watch enough for a $200-some-odd phone bill.
Yeah.
You better be able to
home all day.
Well, still, it better be what you want to watch.
But the channels you gotta say.
But half of what you're watching is through something else, like Netflix or Prime or whatever.
Most of the time, because the regular shit they got on TV, really ain't worth the fuck.
Right.
You've already seen it all, ridiculous over and over.
I mean, he fuck with Jeopardy, I fuck with Wheel of Fortune. You know what I mean? That's about the only old school shit. Every now and then I watch the news, you know what I mean? They're talking about.
Yeah, but there's bound to be
195 degrees for no reason.
Bound to be a way you can find them shits on like the internet.
Oh yeah, you just go to fucking Fubu,
the app,
and find anything you want.
Yeah, their
TV
app,
you used to want to watch. You know, Jerry Springer. They got everything on like Freevee and Freevee. I think
Jeopardy has its own app too. Like I can watch Jeopardy on the app. You know what I mean? I can watch fucking Channel 4 News for the weather and traffic on the app. Like, they give you the QR code every morning. Like, download our app. Here it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then, you know.
So it's like.
But they're not going to let you watch local sports if you don't have cable.
That's just it. The only time I need is football season. That's it.
Well.
Because I don't watch nothing. I don't watch basketball, baseball. I don't watch none of that shit.
No, I get it, dude. I don't watch anything, really.
I don't watch nothing except football. And that's if I get lucky on a Sunday, have a chance to actually watch a game.
Yeah, I mean, but like the older I get, the more I don't care.
Yeah.
Especially since all my teams are gone. Like, I mean.
And like, I can't even watch my fucking team because they're not even up here. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't play your shit.
Nah.
You don't get Panthers.
They're gonna play that Bears game now.
Oh, that's right. That's our first game. Is
they gonna play that Bears game?
Well, that's gonna be a good one.
National game? Like
no, I'm just talking that shit because they're gonna play the Bears, beat that ass.
Oh yeah.
27-24.
What did we say? I don't remember the last episode.
Did you bet your 230 on all the teams?
Yeah.
Nice. Bravo.
I haven't put that bet in yet for the 27-24 Carolina and Bears game.
What day is that game?
Opening day, so what, 3 weeks? Because it's technically Memorial Day weekend, right? They play, or is it right after?
I'm about to open.
It's got to be Memorial Day weekend because that's on like the 5th.
No, you mean Labor Day?
Yeah, that one. Same thing. Labor Day the 5th is and that's Monday. I think the games are on the 2nd. I think they start on the 2nd, which will be a Saturday.
Probably. They'll probably have Saturday games.
They gotta have a Saturday,
weeks.
So.
And then stop it for 18 weeks and then bring them back for the playoffs. Or late in the season. I don't know, man. They do a lot of craziness these days. And I'm glad that I'm, like, tuned out for the most part. Because when they're on different, like, it actually offends me that they have games on Prime and they have games on Netflix.
Yeah, that's that bullshit when they do the Monday and the Sunday night games. You gotta, like, jump off to try to find it.
You should be able to watch it for free if you just have the internet. You should be able to pull up those apps and watch that NFL for free on any one of those fucking streaming apps. That's when I'm president. That's how I'm going to make the rules. Oops, that's not what I meant to say.
That's the only one they like. That's the one game that they have on Prime is the only time they really. Or no. Some of that on ESPN.
Netflix had some on like
Netflix
Christmas.
Netflix did, but that was like Christmas.
That's
whatever.
The Christmas games.
The regular games.
It was a Redskins game, and I fucking bought it so my folks could watch it. You know, I bought the Netflix for that, and I had it for a month or two more after that. But like, none of that shit's worth it, and I'm not watching it for that. You know, like I got Prime because it's like I use Prime. So I watch Prime Video stuff because I fucking am going to have Prime. I might as well watch the video stuff. And that's where I see the fucking WNBA shit. Well, y'all are both in it. Y'all looking at your gambling?
No, I'm listening to you. No, I'm not gambling at all.
I'm looking at my gambling now.
He's gambling.
I know that's right.
Now all my
he
games,
looks at his phone.
All my games are in it now.
It's gambling. It's gambling time.
That'd be nice. There's no way the Dolphins are going to win there, bro.
The Dolphins? What are you talking about? The Dolphins? What are you at?
Now I'm looking at all my Super Bowl. Now I'm looking at my Super Bowl bets now.
Bitch, we ain't even got out of preseason yet. You're already talking about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but all these teams had a lot of money in it, man. It's a.
You gotta just relax and let it all happen.
It ain't even started. The season has not.
You shouldn't even look at those bets until it's like week 16.
The Dolphins.
Exactly. Set it and forget it bets, dog. That's 30 bets you need to not be thinking about. He's concerned about the Dolphins. How much better are my odds on this Dolphins bet? If the Dolphins come through, am I really going to have $3,000? Come on, Dolphins.
Right, nigga. God damn, bro. The season has not even started.
1,200 for the Dolphins.
You get $1,200 on your $2.30 bet
for the Dolphins.
God damn, bro. We going to Sizzler if that shit happens, dog. If you hit that, bro, we're going out.
We're driving down to Cracker Barrel, man. Fuck Sizzler,
man. Bro, we going somewhere nice.
Fuck.
We're gonna go take over to Piedmont Steakhouse right here in Culpeper, dog. All have good steaks and red wine. Have to make a reservation, dog. How'd this happen? We bet on the Dolphins for the Super Bowl.
This motherfucker said, man, I don't know if this is gonna work. Bitch, you ain't even fucking, God dog it. The season hasn't even started.
Yeah, but the Dolphins ain't even gonna make the playoffs, bro.
You're already mad. I'm gonna go ahead. That ain't gonna work.
They're getting their ass with preseason. Of course, it is preseason.
Yeah, it's preseason, dude. Give the Dolphins a chance. Plus, it's not even just the Dolphins that are the likely ones to pull it off. It's ones that you're not even thinking about. When, like, you're bet on, like, the Oilers, or who is it,
Texans.
the Titans, right, or the Texans, or any number. Like, if the Texans pull it off, right, you're probably going to get $900. We're still going to Piedmont Steakhouse.
This motherfucker
they might have
said,
been.
man, I'm still tripping that, bro. You was worried about the Dolphins.
He's
And,
he's engaged with every team now.
Yeah,
And he's got a cut in every team now.
Yeah, at least somewhere in there.
That's
because
why.
See, what's gonna happen
That's
is
why you gotta wait till later this season.
He's gonna wait till like week 4 and be like, I gotta pull this bet out. This ain't gonna work. Like,
And then they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Whoever he does that with
and
is
then
gonna
he'll be
win.
like, man, I should just let it ride.
You gotta let it ride. All $2.30.
One
Let it
of them
ride.
is gonna go. One of them is gonna be the winner.
Exactly.
That's all.
Well, I didn't do the Rams, remember?
Yeah, but
But
Hey,
the
that's
Rams,
not a
the
big enough-
payout for the Rams ain't gonna be
yeah,
shit.
it's not enough of a return to give a shit.
No, it was $10, I think.
The rest of them are.
Yeah, the Rams fucking.
Some of them are.
Some of them are. all the typical teams are not like the Eagles. Eagles probably not gonna be that much. They got to be one of the favored ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eagles, fucking Patriots, whoever did real good last year.
They ain't gonna be shit this year.
Yeah.
Well,
That's usually how it
those
goes.
teams,
You never
some
can
of those
tell.
teams got hurt. That's what the problem. Their key player got hurt, and
Yeah,
the other
and-
guy's gonna step up.
And that's going to affect their fucking odds.
So-
but then when the other guy steps up and blows it up, and you're sitting there on that $2.30 bet for $1,800 back.
I'm cashing out 2 of them.
I told you he's gonna do that. Yeah, I mean, that's
If I only got 3 to ride, I'm cashing on 1. And let the other 2 ride.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Because I wanted to, my
30.
goal was to try to cash up back to 69. If I cash out 69, I can let the other 2 ride. I never lost anything, in theory.
Until one of those teams that you cashed out on wins
Yeah,
the Super Bowl, and it would have netted you $600.
Well, if
and you
it's
cashed
one of
out at
them, I'm letting him
69,
ride.
And
I'm
you cashed out at
well,
69.
If it's gonna be like,
So you got to just be quiet and let it happen. Let it leave it alone.
It's not enough control for him.
He's like you.
I would probably let it ride. I'll just put a different one on.
Yeah, just let it ride, bro. Let that shit
I'll
ride.
just put the same bet on later. Still let that one ride.
There you go. $2.30, 30 times.
Hey,
Nope,
Bears fucked me last
$69.
night on six points, man. I had like.
Because you bet on preseason,
Well,
bro.
I did easy, man. I
They're
had
not
4
playing.
games. I picked 4 games where they just had both teams had scored 15. Which one? It's not that bad.
They're not playing
All
like
the 7
that,
teams
bro.
did it. Bears didn't feel like doing it.
Because it's preseason. Nobody's going to feel like doing it, bro.
Bro, they still playing, man.
No,
That
they're
one
not.
game was
That's
40,
preseason.
41-17, bro. Somebody's playing. Some motherfuckers playing, bro.
Yeah. Hey, the Jews betting on him.
I didn't bet it. No,
That's
I
how
bet on the
Hey,
motherfuckers that had 17. I went to bed 17-13. I'm like, oh yeah, my 6.5 spread looked great. Woke up in the morning, I'm like, well, I guess they stopped touching the football. 41-17 when scored 28 points while I took a nap. Like, that bet's gone, you know what I mean? Everyone, that's 7-banger. Appreciate that.
Hey, I mean, but this is the game that you play.
It is.
This is the thing that you were involved in. You should be like less surprised.
You don't take a shot, you ain't gonna score.
Touche.
You don't wiggle that worm, they ain't gonna bite it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make money every day, can't take it with you. Tough titty city kitty, but the milk's still good.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
I don't want to go give these fuckers so much, you know what I mean? I don't want to get them fully fucking squared away, you know what I mean?
You don't want DraftKings to be that fortunate.
I'll talk about these little fucking, my little fucking minions up yonder, you know what I mean? I got them squared off and up.
You don't want them to have any sort of inheritance.
They're already
per
ungrateful
se.
right now. None of them wants a truck.
You said they're already ingrateful.
They don't want the truck.
Little fuckers.
Nobody's going to want the truck.
That's what I
Little
said.
ingrates that don't want this fucking classic Nissan.
I said, well, guess what? Because guess what y'all do now? I'm going to have to get a plot big enough to bury my truck. And I'm going to be in it since y'all motherfuckers are going to be like that.
You're gonna be that dude, huh?
Because it's obviously going to last longer than me.
Yeah.
The motherfucker ain't went nowhere now.
They're gonna actually put it in neutral and push it into the hole that you're buried in.
That's what I'm screaming.
Yeah. I don't need a casket. I got this here truck.
I got this truck. Put all that bungee straps right back on the back of my urn, bro. We call it a wrap, cuz.
Go on, what you do is
Strap me to the passenger seat.
put me in the bed of this
Let
thing.
me ride.
Fill it up with dirt. Push me into that hole.
Hold on. That's like you inheriting Fartle.
I push it in the reef. Make a G reef out of that
There
motherfucker.
you
Push it in the
go.
ocean.
You
There you
wouldn't
go.
take the Fartle.
Put me in the passenger.
I used to drive the Silver Bullet, bro.
I remember that. Oh, you know what would be funny? Do him like a Viking funeral. Take that motherfucking truck,
light it on
and put it
fire
on the lake and just fucking light it
Shoot
on
a flaming
fire.
arrow at it.
That's what I'm screaming.
Do it at Warrenton Lakes.
Yeah.
Right from the
Yeah.
fucking
Right in that douchebag's fucking pond.
yard.
Yeah. Warrenton Lake's douchebag.
I'm down with that.
We're gonna go light him on fire in that pond. Put him on a fucking raft, light him on fire.
Little John boat.
No truck
Put it on a
needed.
John boat.
No truck needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him out there on a John boat with 9 poles attached to that bitch.
Yeah.
And
Taking all these fish with you, dog.
you know how fucking in ancient Egypt they put the coins on the eyes? We put lures on his eyes.
Lures in his pockets.
Yeah, he ready.
He got lures in his pockets and weed in the other pockets.
He ready for the afterlife
That's
now.
it. That's right.
He got his poles. His poles going with him in the afterlife. I can see him now being at God's door. What in the world? Why you got 9 poles? Man, I know you got some good pies up here. I'm
think I'm
dropping.
you think
Something
I'm
biting up
leaving
here.
these
I know something gonna be biting up here.
You think I'm leaving this behind?
I'm gonna catch him and release him. I ain't take.
All these fish I didn't kill down there are gonna be up here after they died of natural causes.
You know I ain't killed none of them.
Because I didn't kill them.
Yeah, I put them
me.
back.
Yeah.
Bass
They're gonna be
Savage
like,
waiting
well,
for you there.
What about all these fish that you fed to this Bass Savage? Well, he needed live food. I couldn't do him wrong like that.
Those are called feeder fish for a reason.
That's right. He needed his feeder fish.
I'm actually helping the ponds by catching those kind of fish, because those fish are like deer, where they overpopulate.
And destroy the ecosystem.
Well, they just take over everything. So and then they fuck like rabbits, you know what I mean? So if you eliminate a couple of them, it ain't gonna be that bad.
Feed him to a bass in a tank. Fuck
Which is that's what happens anyways in real life.
How's Junior or Trip Bass Savage III doing?
He's doing great, man. He's fat as fuck. Like I went and caught about 7, 8 little fucking fish up at the fucking lake up there. And
Right here.
Yeah, right up here.
Okay.
And I threw him in the tank, man. He found like 3 of them. He was all fat, mouth all open and shit, you know what I mean? Barely breathing and shit. I'm like, goddamn, just stop eating, asshole.
He's like Homer Simpson.
I went upstairs, come back down, they all was gone, bro. Now at this point, this motherfucker had a goddamn Santa belly on his ass, bro. He was fucking bouncing around the bottom. I'm just like, goddamn, bro. Like, you ain't gotta eat every goddamn one of them sons of bitches, bro.
It's instinct.
He's like, yes, I do.
Yeah, so I'm like, god damn, bro, and I got regulated feeding this little fucker.
You got to get a second tank to keep the feeder fish in.
Well, the boy said that he seen the nice sexy one up there at the Petco, but he said he wanted like $300 for it, but he said he didn't tell me what size tank.
Oh.
He said it's got the stand, everything, and all the filters and the lights and everything you need, so if it actually is $300 and it's like
you can't go to Walmart
50,
no more like
it's gotta be
you used
pretty
to.
good. Well, Walmart still got they still got a fish set section by
Yeah, but
the
they don't
dog
have
food.
tanks like they used to.
No, they don't have any of that shit. They got just like
They got the
three
shit you can put in
different
there.
little
Little rocks,
food,
whatever,
and that's it, and
yeah.
some rocks. They don't
They
have
ain't
none
got
of
that shit like
no
they
fish,
used to.
huh?
Nah,
No,
you
fuck
used to
no,
go
no.
get a beta and shit. I remember getting beta for kids from fucking
They used to
Walmart.
have a pet area there, but they can't keep up with that.
Well, like I said, we were talking about that a couple episodes back. Like, man, the pet stores disappeared. You only got Petco. Didn't even realize that they were gone.
But yeah, I'm gonna just keep that tank is gonna be like my little
Feeder fish tank.
feeder fish shit.
Why don't you look on what's that shit they be having?
Marketplace,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Marketplace. I look at Marketplace and
It's
usually
hard
it's
to
like
trust people's stuff.
yeah, because usually with tanks they're like don't hold water.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, bitch, I'm not looking for a snake.
Why are you asking me? Yeah, exactly. Why are you
What's wrong
asking me
with you?
for
People
all
still-
this money?
People still keep those things? Like, we ain't past
Somebody
that?
had a Nissan 240 on Facebook Marketplace with no motor. They're asking $18,000.
18 grand.
Shit, for no motor?
$18,000. I'm like, fuck you.
Was the bottom cut out so you could at least pedal that bitch where you needed to
Nah,
go?
bro. They had it hooked up where like you could drift it, like it's got the really aggressive wheel turn. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus.
Like the overly express turn, which is kind of cool and all, but it ain't worth no motherfucking $18,000.
Yeah.
Like no motor in that thing, man. I might go 3, maybe, if it's really pristine. Otherwise, maybe even 5 if you can show me proper documentation of where you got all these parts from that are on it. You know what I'm saying? But like, shit, must have lost your damn mind.
Oh man.
But yeah, most of the tanks, they're like done hold water.
Yeah, I didn't think about that
Big
part.
ones. Or it might have a leak. I'm like, well, bro,
Yeah, what you mean?
You
It
might
might
even
have
be
a
able
You
to
tell
get
me,
it-
might want to show up there. You guys, you filling this bitch up for me? Or you just gonna be like, take it home and sorry about your bad luck
Yeah,
if it
good
does
luck.
have a leak.
Good
Like,
luck
come back
with
and
that,
get me
yeah.
as I'm moving and shit.
You might be able to find some on Amazon, maybe cheaper than 300.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Cause like, how many gallon tank you
That's what
looking
I'm saying. I
for?
don't know. He said it was.
Bring it right to
He
your
said
door.
the tank was like this. I'd have to look at it and see what he's all talking about.
So he gave you your measurements, is what he
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
But the stand,
Oh, man, it is at least
stand's
this wide.
got to be probably 100 something, because it's got to be built real good if it's like a 50-gallon tank, because that's going to be
Heavy.
like fucking
It's
400
gonna
or
be
500 pounds worth of
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a real tank with the light, the filter,
But it didn't.
and the heater. That's got to be another six. I think I spent $50 on the cheap shit for that tank over there. So, but yeah. If it's like
Now,
I said,
wasn't the
$2.99,
filter
it's like a
the problem the
50
last time?
to it's like a 75-gallon tank or a 50 even. That's probably worth it for me. Brand new too, you know, nothing's wrong with it. Out the door
Yeah,
with the stand. It's
absolutely.
yeah, that'd be worth it.
Yeah.
But it can't be
No.
no bigger than 75. That's a big fucking tank. The tank I had, I think, was 50 with the red belly packers in the basement. I think that bitch was 50.
That was a big tank.
That was a hell tank. If I need anything like bigger than that, I gotta be baller shit in the wall type shit. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
bro,
Feed it
that
through a
is
drawer.
part of the house.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the tank's part of the house.
Yeah, well, a 200-gallon tank or like a fucking
that motherfucker-
8
yeah,
by
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
5. I better have a shark in that bitch, or
I was
that
gonna
bitch better
say,
be
man,
in the wall, bro.
I'm literally in my head thinking about sharks in the tank.
Or in the
wall.
floor.
That's
Like,
it,
that
that's
bitch be
it.
in the floor, like you walking over them and shit
That's that
type
Deuce
shit. You know
Bigelow
what I'm saying?
take care tank right
Slide the
there.
cornerback, feed them and shit.
That's fucking baller as
That's
shit.
some luscious ass
That's-
shit,
that's
bro.
all
You know what I'm
shit
saying?
right there.
That's where Deuce Bigelow comes over and fucking cleans it out for you.
Swimming around in it,
Yeah.
picking stuff up, scrubbing it out. Fortunately, the shark's scared of me. Scrub, scrub, scrub.
He's out there petting his ass and shit. Just fucking spin
Grabbing
around
him by the tail.
Yeah. Slapping on the ass.
Good times.
Hell yeah.
Party time. Excellent.
Yeah, so but you would only be using a tank for fucking the bass anyway, though.
Yeah, but if I gotta get
You know
a
what I mean?
tank
So
that
if you're
big,
gonna
I
do
gotta
that,
find
you might as well
some.
start fucking actually having a fucking like some real fish in there, you know, to take care of outside of just a bass. to
Well,
throw
I
back in the
can't. I don't
pond.
know what else would hang out with his ass.
You couldn't put nothing in there because it's gonna eat it.
That's some screaming.
Only thing that you could probably
Well, we were saying,
possibly
get a
put in
bluegill
there-
that's the same size. Right? Catch yourself a bluegill that's the same size, or another bass that's the same size.
Well, it all depends. Because, like, if they're anything like Oscars, the males are going to fight each other come time. They're going to go at it.
Not when they're in not so much. Not. I don't think so. My Packers didn't fight. I don't know what the fuck if they were, you know.
'Cause
They'll
I
just
know
chase each other. You know, they don't ever really like. Well, I mean, I guess they do, but I've
My
never really
sister
seen
and I
like one
had
in the tank
Oscars.
that actually like full on started attacking shit. I've seen them like swimming motherfuckers and shit like that.
Me and my sister, we had Oscars. And fucking her joint, my joint would just tear her shit apart. Like, it got to the point, because my joint was greedy as fuck. Like, we would put fish in there, my joint would just tear. It ended up getting bigger and just fucking demolished her shit. Ended up killing that motherfucker.
Well, it's a cruel, cruel world, man.
Yeah.
You should start throwing all the more fish in there and see who survives.
But what I'm saying is, if
Tough shit, Bass Savage.
If you're just fucking putting it in there, if you're just getting a tank for just having a bass, cool, but then like when you get done with the bass, you might as well just start put regular fish in there, like actually have a fish tank. You know what I mean?
Motherfucker, that is a fish, bro. That is a fish tank, man.
That's what I'm just
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
like,
saying.
I'm gonna go get another bass, man, because they fuck every year, bro.
But there's like the thing about a fish tank where you got a variety of fish in it.
Yeah.
And people go, oh, that's cool. You got one of those and one of those.
Yeah,
and blah,
that's
blah,
what I'm
blah.
trying to tell 'em.
But like if you have a fish tank and the only fish in it is a bass
Yeah.
by himself, that's
That's
fine
what
if that's what you want. But like, I mean, you're not trying to impress anybody, so that's good. Because a single bass in a fucking 75-gallon tank upstairs.
That's what I'm saying. If I get
you
a
bring
75,
some
I
girl
gotta
over
do
to the
something
house,
better than that.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying.
You need something more
If you're gonna spend the
interesting.
money, if you're gonna spend the money on
Right.
that, you might as well actually
If you're
do it
gonna
a real
maintain
tank.
that tank,
if
you
you're
should
gonna
have
maintain it,
15
do real
interesting
that
fish
bitch
in it
there.
and not just one bass.
Yeah.
Because if you put 15 like expensive fish in there that can all get along, and then you drop a bass in and he eats it all, like. Just,
And you talk
That's
about
ridiculous.
man, and then that's just maintenance itself is depending on what kind of fish you get, what you got to put in the water to make it work right. You know what I mean, and who all goes together.
It's pretty ChatGPT.
Huh?
ChatGPT.
What do you check GPT in? What you can put in the tank with a bass?
Yeah.
God damn it.
that's a great question. What can a bass live with and not try to kill and not have a beef with all the time? So what you think, Mike? You think they're gonna like this Keefe D's going to jail for killing Tupac?
Fuck no, man.
You don't think he's going to jail?
Nah, because fucking.
You think he's gonna get off? Is it gonna be like OJ?
Here's the thing. So the book I read about Pac, what was it? Only God Could Judge Me, right? They talk about that night with the fucking shit and the murder and whatnot, and they give names of people, and the names that are given out, fucking Game's dumbass rapped about it in a fucking rap. You know what I mean? Game was like such and such killed Pac, and this motherfucker killed the guy that killed Pac, and I'm like, huh. And I remember this. I remember the rhyme that Game had spit. This happened some time ago, right? I think it might have been on the Nipsey Hussle track, right? Then I'm reading this book here last year, read the book, and those same names come up in the book, and I'm like, holy shit, I remember those names from Game, because all Game do is name drop a motherfucker.
Right.
And they're talking about this is what happened that night, who he had the problem with, and just so happens the guy
gang
had the
member
problem
that they jumped on the TV
was the guy
on the closed caption camera.
The friend of his, Baby Sham, I think was his name. They say Baby Sham is the one that killed Pac, and then Baby Sham and them gets murdered like later on down the line. I'm like, holy shit, the name that this motherfucker says in this book that they're talking about what happened that night
Is who Game was
is
rapping
the same
about?
motherfucker that Game was rapping about that's saying that's who killed Pac, and then that nigga got killed too. And I'm
Game
like,
keeping it real, apparently.
and I'm like, what the fuck? I said, okay, cool. So this guy here, nah. And plus, you wait this
So
fucking long.
you don't believe it because of the Game rap and the book correlating.
The stories
who
are matching.
You think you did it? Who you think did it because of that?
Yeah, the stories,
Yeah.
those stories line up. Whereas this one, this guy
killed
here,
Pac?
You don't think Diddy had something to do with
Yeah,
it?
who killed Pac?
I don't
Who's
think Diddy.
behind it?
I don't think Diddy had anything. I think Suge definitely knows what happened.
But you
But
think this Suge was slick like that? Like, go ahead and put one in me too.
Because
Shoot at us,
yeah, because
and then they
look,
won't suspect me.
because Suge. So the whole thing with Pac back then was
Gangsta shit.
Pac was leaving Death Row. Pac was about to start. He wanted his own label. It was known that he wanted to start his own label. It was going to be, I can't remember what it was called, but it's in the book too. That he wanted this label to start, and he was leaving Death Row.
That's why he had so much shit recorded that hadn't come out.
Exactly. And fucking, they were like, the relationship that Suge had with Pac was like, Suge was like, Pac was his dog, like, you know, his little pet, like, you know, he's making sure this motherfucker, Suge was around, everywhere Pac was gonna be at, Suge was gonna be there, regardless of what the fuck was happening. Suge made sure he was there for every fucking thing this motherfucker was doing, because he was afraid from Pac leaving him. Because that's your money right there, when you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Death Row was what? You know what I mean? Pac,
Snoop,
and Dre.
Yeah.
And Dre was just a bitch the whole fucking time about shit, you know what I mean? So Suge just punked him the entire time. And Snoop, young and dumb, he really ain't know too much shit because he was young. He was just there to rap.
I mean, shit, Murder was the case that they gave him.
That was one of his greatest joints right there.
Yeah, but he was literally on trial for
murder. But he was on trial for murder.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
Now
Snoop was not just young and dumb. He was all offensive shit.
But that was
like,
being
he didn't
young and
do
dumb.
It, but it was because he was young and dumb.
Exactly. That's
but he
what
was
I'm saying.
more than just young and dumb. He was all offensive shit.
But
and then he'd come out in the wheelchair, the MTV.
That's right. That was one of the best
Murder was the
shows.
case
That was one of the best performances by him that I had seen. Was that one right there? Because outside of that, Snoop's also a born performer, just like Jay-Z. Jay-Z's a born performer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't paying to go see Jay-Z. I seen him once, I'm good. I don't need to see him again. You know what I mean? Seeing Snoop once, I'm good. I don't need to see him again. You know what I mean? Busta Rhymes, T-Pain, I love to see them motherfuckers. Busta Rhymes animated. Missy
Have you seen them?
I seen Busta once. I haven't seen T-Pain. I've been wanting to see T-Pain because they say he does a hella good show.
Yeah.
Missy, I seen via through my sister's shit. Her shit's interesting. Like, if I'm paying to go see a motherfucker, I want to be entertained.
Missy, I would imagine, is putting on like a show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the way she does her videos, I imagine there's going to be an element of that in her live program.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's cool going to concerts and shit and seeing people that I want to see, but it's far and few in between now. Like,
well, but only but so many people I want to see come to town, and I'm only but so many of them am I even aware of that they're coming until
exactly.
It's too late. And a lot of the ones I want to see are on tour, but they don't come near here.
Yeah, and then when they do come, it's on a Tuesday evening or something like that. Like, the fuck, like, what's the one? There's one I can't remember now. Fucking, I was like, oh man, that'd be cool to go to, but it's like a Tuesday night. I'm like, coming on. Oh, it's Cash Money No Limit. They're coming. I think it's a Thursday night.
Yeah, well, that's wild. But Is Juvenile involved?
Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing: Lil Wayne's not on stage. Lil Wayne's not gonna be there for Cash Money, and Mystical's in jail, so he ain't gonna be on fucking stage.
Yeah, Mystical's in jail for life.
You know what I mean? So he's done. He ain't coming back. You know what I mean? And then like,
what he do?
Rape.
Yeah, he ain't coming back.
The third time, I think it's the third, fourth time or something with rape.
Oh, he's been in trouble.
He's been back and forth with rape constantly.
It was rape or like assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, but
he got
all three times were rape each time though, I think. But like they're talking about, oh yeah, Cain and Abel gonna make an appearance. I'm like,
that's you with that
Cain and Abel.
That's you that can't.
Fuck, nobody know Cain and Abel.
No fans, huh?
If you didn't fuck with this shit back then, you didn't know it. You know what I mean? Like, I know motherfuckers didn't fuck with Cain and Abel. I had all the No Limit shit. Like,
I don't even know what that is.
Cain and Abel, they were twin brothers on fucking No Limit Records.
See, Mike was into that Dirty South, like something
I listened
crazy.
to that, but
when the South came out,
names and all that shit.
When Outkast and them came out, Goody Mob came out, that was where I went to. Like, a lot of cats fuck with New York shit. I never really fucked with the New York rap like that. But when the South came out, bruh, that's where I lived in. Like, I stayed in that shit.
That
Swisher
shit,
House, man.
That shit was like, I don't know.
Rap a lot, fucking.
I didn't listen to enough of it to have like a robust opinion on the entirety of the South. A lot of what I heard was irksome, so I didn't want to listen to the whole albums. The albums might have been better than the singles from a lot of the different like areas that the South had over hip hop. But like a lot of the Atlanta stuff was really good. Goody Mob and Outkast shit. That's all pretty solid stuff. And then you have like
Pastor Troy, A-Ball MJG, you know what I mean?
God damn.
What? DJ Drama, fucking, I mean, all these kids, like, all of No Limit. I fucked with everything on No Limit, man.
See, that's where you're like, you're far outside of my realm, because like I liked some of the Cash Money stuff. And I tolerated No Limit, but No Limit irked me because of the persona, like, of the whole, just like, what was that? There was some song that they just played, so they played it out so badly.
Make it say,
Yeah, probably.
Or No Limit Soldier. They had all that shit.
Yeah, it's one of those.
No Limit Soldier,
one of those.
God damn.
One of those was, and it was just
There's
awful.
Throwbacks out this motherfucker.
Just awful. Like,
God damn.
I still love this song. York.
It was a big money man time.
Yeah,
A little friend.
what's friend?
Because this is the greatest you can make up anything to it. It's amazing. Like, but like, you know, very few southern joints outside of Atlanta ever made me like just love the track. Like I still love that Juvenile track.
Oh man,
I don't love all of Juvenile's catalog per se, but I have a healthy respect for a lot of these cats and the stuff they produced.
The South is where I stayed at.
Petey Pablo.
Petey Pablo.
He had some tracks.
He had some good shit.
He had some tracks with
He had some
him.
good shit.
Petey fucking Pablo.
Like there's been some good ones. Like
Scarface always gonna be my dude.
See, but to me, like there are guys that are on that next level, and Scarface is on that next level. So he's just hip hop to me.
Yeah.
Like he is technically a Southern rapper. He's a South guy, dirty South, whatever.
Scarface?
Sure, technically
Texas.
you could say that.
Oh, damn, I pictured him in like Cali or something.
I'm pretty sure he's
hell no,
Houston,
yeah.
Texas.
Scarface was Texas.
But like he's so good that like he like transcends region in my mind in hip hop to like just like an upper echelon MC.
Yeah.
So like he's just a different level. Like,
I see what you're saying.
you know what I mean? Like how Big Boy is not Andre 3000 as far as lyrically per se.
I see.
He's good, but Andre has just that next level
But Big Boy,
potential.
see what it is.
But Big
because
Boy has continued to produce where Andre hasn't.
the thing that people sleep on with Big Boy is because Big Boy has that pimp flow. You know what I mean? He's got that pimp. See, he's got that motherfucker. Pimp named Slickback kind of flow with him. You know what I mean?
It's not just Slickback, it's a pimp named Slickback.
That's pimp now.
That's how a lot of the South shit was. Pimp C, you know, shit like that. They come with that slick
that
shit.
don't mean you just call me C, it means Pimp C.
Where
It's
Andre
Ayo, Pimp
3
C.
sacks, Andre after Erykah Badu put that motherfucking strawberry gunpowder pussy on him, you know what I mean? It took him to a whole different level. You know, that's what happened to Andre. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like lyrically, he's better than Big Boy in the stuff that they were on together. Like his shit was always more intricate and
memorable.
interesting and memorable.
That's what it is.
He's more of a standout in that level. But the fact that he hasn't like Big Boy's produced track after
he's
track
constantly,
records. He's been making music the whole time.
because him and Sleepy Brown are still doing a damn thing.
Andre's been out farting on a snare and fucking playing piano or fucking
And flutes.
and whatever. Like he's doing stuff. He's an artist, and I respect
Yeah.
that. But like, if he had continued to make rap music,
All the world needs right now
on
is
the
one
level-
more Outkast album. Just need one album.
man, that really might be the thing to knock the algorithm and the fucking vortex of the
Just need
multiverse.
one of those.
The multiverse vortex that we're in, it might be just enough to knock us back into one of a
Like,
healthier
if you could get
dimension.
Outkast album.
We need a healthier dimension.
Yeah, definitely need that.
You know what I
Definitely need
mean?
that. You know, like it would be cool if the Fugees could do something, but Pras is gone for a good hot minute now.
Pras is
He's
locked
gone.
up.
He ain't
dog.
coming out at all ever again.
No, I think
Yeah,
they give him 14 or something.
Did he get 14?
I don't think he's locked up forever.
It's long enough.
It is long enough.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for real.
you know, Wyclef's still trying to be president of Haiti or whatever. I think he's gonna try again.
That is insanity.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, the South was my shit, man. Fucking, especially when they came out, I was all about that shit. Any Southern hip hop artists that came out, I was like, let me hear what they working with, you know? Let me see what they spitting. Yeah, and every region in the South had their own little run. You know what I mean? Atlanta had their time, Tennessee, Florida, Mississippi, fucking Texas. Like
10 federal counts. Pras was convicted on 10 federal counts in 2023. Core of the case was his relationship with the Malaysian financier, fugitive businessman tied to the massive 1MDB corruption scandal. Prosecutors proved that Pras helped funnel Lowe's foreign money into the 2012 Obama re-election campaign, disguising it as legitimate U.S. donations by using straw donors. Foreign nationals are prohibited from contributing to U.S. elections. But it went considerably further than campaign donations. Prosecutors said Pras later participated in an unregistered lobbying and influence operation intended to persuade the Trump administration to drop U.S. investigation into the guy and the missing money from that other. That's so funny.
God damn.
That other thing I've got a charge on. Can you drop all that? Push for the Chinese dissident living in the United States to be returned to China. That's this Joe Lowe or whoever guy that he was working with, and conceal that the lobbying was being done on behalf of foreign interests. Sentence.
You know what's crazy though? So they're saying
since November 25 to 14 years in federal prison.
So they're saying it's illegal for foreign investors to fork over money in campaigns.
Yeah, but it's illegal for
but they didn't
national.
They didn't put no cap on the national shit. You can donate however much you want to fucking put into this shit.
Bullshit. That's some
Knowing damn well the shit's coming from the foreign entities.
bullshit.
Yeah.
So make it make sense.
Yeah, no,
make
it doesn't.
make fucking sense.
It doesn't. I know.
That whole thing right there. Now that you said that, I'm like, wait a minute.
All that shit, you're right.
That doesn't sound right. Like,
Free Pras.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Fuck the bullshit.
Free prize,
I don't like what you were doing with the money, but I don't think that there's anything necessarily really. That does not sound like something that should
Sounds
be.
like it's
you should be
normal
locked
shit.
up for. Yeah.
Sound like these motherfuckers that's been doing this shit.
It sounds to me like it should be illegal, and it technically is illegal, but it should be illegal on a bigger scale for more people, including people that are here in this country. Like, I shouldn't be allowed to do it, just like Pras shouldn't be able to do it. Like, if the Mason and Friends show was like, we need to lobby for, like, prostitution to be legal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, and that we got money funneled to us from China, and we're giving it to fucking Pras, and Pras is like, yo, Obama, come on, man, let this prostitution shit slide, dog. It ain't a big deal.
Everybody wants some pussy.
That's right. Everybody wants some pussy. It's a voluntary thing.
Don't make it a shame.
Here in America, you know, we can have it be a nice, legal, open thing. That's right. These bitches are doing it because it's what they want to do with their bodies.
Look, it's been going there. We're not fucked up. This is
Here we go. This fool, he's goddamn it over there. He's shaking his head and sighing all loud.
They're selling pussy right now.
That's right. And I just want my taste. I just want a cut. I don't know if you want to taste that. I don't want a taste of it.
Pussy.
I want that taxation.
That's
what I'm saying. Taxing that shit. You know.
From here on, nothing goes down.
But that's crazy. Pras got locked up for what everybody else is doing in the campaign.
Bag gets sold in the park.
I guarantee you, what is Trump called Netanyahu? Bibi? Bibi's doing some money. You know, Bibi done forked over some bread some kind of way.
Oh, Bibi's up to all sorts of bad.
And Putin done forked over some bread. Even the Kim Jong-un, whatever. Who the fuck is that nigga in North Carolina? Not North Carolina. North Korea, Kim Jong-un.
North Carolina? Who's that Kim Jong-un in North Carolina?
North Korea. Oh, Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un.
Whatever,
from
he
North
forked over some dough somewhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's so much shenanigans going on.
Like I'm saying, not laundromats, mattresses, mattress discounters and sellers, shit like that.
What?
Money launderers.
Money.
Because how they stay open. I think Arby's a money launderer.
Wow.
How they stay open.
They got the meats, bro.
They got the meats. That's right.
Nah, Arby's, man, look,
Arby's
I'm trying to tell you, there's some Arby's that are 2 stories that sell whole fucking meals, bro. And
I've had chicken sandwich from Arby's. It's pretty good.
Motherfucker, I'm talking about a chicken.
But what I'm saying,
And like a turkey. There's some Arby's that are hooked the fuck up, bro.
Arby's, that's a money launderer.
Turkey slices.
They got the meats. You know what I mean? Not like what they got over here where they got, you know, sometimes they got the chicken cordon bleu, but mostly they got the chicken bacon Swiss. These motherfuckers, I'm talking about a meal, bro.
Same thing. They money laundering.
Chicken bacon.
Furniture stores, all these furniture stores that you always see going out of business but don't ever go out of business, money launderers. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
You can't be going out of business for 13 years and never close your doors.
I do know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? You see them all the time.
Well, if you got enough inventory
No, that's money laundering. They money laundering.
Because
how many motherfuckers you see go open and play? How many mattresses got to get sold to keep a place open? And these motherfucking mattress places are always open.
Well, I think that you raise an interesting point. Depending on what you're selling,
the
and
overhead ain't that much. They don't got 27 people in there selling mattresses.
How much cash are you bringing in?
Even still, though.
And like, if you're not buying, like, are they keeping track of how many mattresses are coming in and how many are leaving? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I claim that I sold 12 mattresses for $12,000 a piece, and I only ordered 2 of those mattresses in that same period of time, then is someone somewhere in the government going to catch on?
The money's coming out. No, they're not, because they've been lobbied for it. They ain't worried about it. That's where the government money going. It's filtered that way.
Jesus Christ.
They filtered it through it. Watch what I say come to light. It be true. It be some real shit.
Yes, there probably is a goddamn mattress player that is a fucking laundry or a laundry. More than likely.
Yes.
This is America. But probably not every goddamn one, bruh.
Guaranteed.
But there's gotta be one someplace
thinks if you
of
sell
everything.
Mattresses, you're a laundry mag. You're a front for a
There's
laundry
even somebody
team.
fucking laundering Chick-fil-A right now somewhere, bro.
Absolutely.
No, quite sure.
Probably in Utah, but far. Somewhere, at least one. Everybody gets it, bro. Everybody gets it.
It's the Mormon Chick-fil-A.
But I
That's what's
guarantee you, the mattress
watch out when the
stores
Mormon fucks,
and the
man.
furniture stores, watch them.
Especially if they drive a car.
If they're a Mormon
Get away from them.
with a furniture store,
Oh my goodness, yeah. That's a wrap.
They're
It's a
moving-
wrap.
they're moving so much shit.
They're human trafficking.
I was about to say it.
That's what they're doing. That's out there.
I'm picking up on your vibe.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
I'm zoning in
That's
with you.
human trafficking right
That's
there.
right. That's human trafficking.
That's how they moving that shit,
That's what
man.
they're doing.
Moving that shit at night.
Selling them,
trucks.
selling them on the Wayfair.
Yep.
People stop listening right
Miguel.
now.
No, they didn't.
There's
we got a
motherfuckers
cabinet.
right now. I guarantee motherfuckers right now like, yo, I've been saying this
We got a
shit.
wood
I've been
cabinet.
saying this shit. I guarantee it.
Hey, anybody out there, Sway?
If
Is there
you've been
anybody
saying
out there,
this shit-
Sway?
If y'all been saying this shit like I've been saying this shit, hit me up on the gram.
Somebody else got the answer, Sway?
JAY_Rod_Statham. Let me know if you feel the same way so I can report back to these motherfuckers like, hey, look, we out here.
You don't mean nothing by it.
I'm just saying, man, you gotta think about certain shit like
He
that,
don't
bro.
mean nothing by it. Mr. Sway was raised. He don't mean nothing by it.
Nah, I'm serious, man. You gotta be thinking about that shit. Like, how these motherfuckers places stay open?
You ain't got the answers, man.
You don't ever see motherfuckers, oh shit, man.
I think they
how
stay
many
open.
times have you bought a mattress this year?
Well, that don't count. I just moved
How many
this year.
times last year?
I bought 3 mattresses this year.
Okay, that's this year. So you kept a place open some kind of way.
Probably, but I ain't buying a mattress since then, and I don't know fucking how long.
Yeah,
Exactly,
bought a
that's what I'm
mattress in
saying.
a decade before that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a common purchase for anyone.
Exactly.
They always got one person working, so the overhead ain't that much.
That's true, and they're probably only paying that guy on commission.
And they probably only open from 10 to 6. Yeah, you gotta worry
Yeah.
about one guy 8 hours.
That's true.
Probably $100 in electric
There's gonna be more than
a
that.
day,
No,
maybe.
the lights are definitely more than that.
Yeah.
Because them bitches are lit up.
Well, it's a lot of shit's LED. So,
Touche to a degree.
Rent for the building.
You got to keep the place from being too cold.
well, yeah,
I
the
think-
AC is what's really gonna get
And
you.
look, then you got, that's how they getting the drugs, and it's coming through the mattresses. Half the mattresses ain't real back here. They're not. The mattresses are stuffed with shit. The ones
Now
you
we're
see
on
that-
how to catch a smuggler.
Bro, it's
on
all
top
in there.
of fucking,
It's
Mobland
all
shit.
part of it. It's all part of it. Guaranteed. There's going to be a documentary probably 20 years from now about mattress discounters or some shit, man. You know what I mean? All these different. These motherfuckers over here that have these mattresses over here, they got the drugs and they shit. These motherfuckers are trafficking people over here. Their mattress deals over here. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers over here are the money launderers. All of the mattresses. It's gonna be a mattress conspiracy. Wow, I had to blew this shit wide open.
Wow.
Remember this. What episode is this? 1058?
1058.
Okay, 1058.
You said 20 years from now, Mark.
Yeah, we don't remember that.
we going to bring it up.
Because I'm afraid it's going to happen.
Episode-
It's going to be something happen. I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers remember I told y'all that shit?
2,890. Y'all remember 2,000 episodes ago when I told y'all
Holy fuck.
this was what was gonna happen, and you said
It's just like the shit getting blown off of Oprah. Well, fucking, we find Stedman. What happened to
the
Stedman?
fact that Oprah them got caught up in all that Diddy shrapnel, like the
And
fact
nothing
that
happens.
all that, nothing happens, but the fact that you've been calling that shit out the whole time.
Yeah.
Like you have seen the fucking the light of the booty hole
I've seen it
that
coming.
Oprah has been like forcing onto people.
Where's Stedman? Hey, where's he at?
He's
Is
locked
he
up in the
okay?
gimp box,
That's
man.
gonna be another motherfucking one.
He's locked up in the gimp box like
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Just getting drained.
Yeah.
Just getting drained
Getting
with an
drained
apple in his mouth. Because look, Gail's looking younger. Oprah done got that Ozempic shit going strong. You know what I'm saying? Stedman, I guarantee he looks old as fuck. You probably
He's been
can't even
getting
recognize.
trained.
Yeah.
They probably like steal his blood. Like you remember in
That's
in
exactly.
Bram Stoker's
See?
Dracula.
Exactly.
Remember Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yep.
When they had Keanu Reeves locked down at the fucking Dracula
That's
castle.
exactly what's fucking happening.
And those fucking all the the crazy hot fucking vampiresses
Yeah.
or whatever were like sucking blood out of him the whole time, keeping him weak.
That's what's going on with
What's
Stedman
happening
right
to
now.
Stedman? And Stedman doesn't have a fucking tower to hop out of into a
Nope.
moat.
Can't
and
go
float
nowhere.
away down some river.
He's in like a little box, like a data center, just no windows. He's just in the dark.
They pull him out, they suck his blood,
And then put his ass
put him
right,
ass
back,
right back in there, give him a fucking like an apple juice.
They probably got stem cells in them to keep him going.
Yeah, they're giving him stem cells and apple juice.
Yep, that's it. You might not believe it. You watch when it happens.
There are times where like I pick up on the vibe that Mike's got, and I'm like, yeah, I know what you're talking. I can see it
Exactly.
too. I'm astral projecting there as
Now
well.
blood sucking now. Now we threw that in the mix.
That's
too.
what's happening to Stedman. That's been in the
they
mix.
eat babies.
That's it. It's been in the mix.
Roseanne had already said that
They've
eat
been eating babies.
They've been eating
Roseanne now.
babies.
They've been eating
Where do you
babies.
think the baby that cream originated from? They was eating babies at first. They're like,
It was-
we just need the foreskin.
Like if we could get more out of babies,
So
like
they eat
once-
the babies, and then and then they shooting the nut from the edible babies. That's where you get the baby that cream.
No,
Yeah,
no, the babies that
Baby.
get born and circumcised, they take the leftover foreskin and synthesize that into baby dick cream.
There you go.
Yeah,
And
but they
then-
were eating babies
That's
already.
They eat the babies that they're aborting from themselves.
They've already
That's
eaten
really
the
what.
babies.
That's really what the occult thing with it
ain't
is.
nobody listening
That's no,
to
no. That's
That's
what it is.
I'm telling you, that's what they were
It's
doing,
like it's
bro.
like Rosemary's Baby,
They've
bro.
already,
Yeah,
look,
they fucking-
Viewers.
They,
We are on all the platform anymore.
they were for
Figure
deep
out something else to
platform.
fucking do. Jesus
Now I'm gonna have
fucking
to find
Christ.
something else to do with my Sundays. I mean, y'all getting me out of here, man. This is all over. I can't go
There's
back
gonna
home
be on all
after this.
kinds of shit, man.
Bill Cosby about to pop up here next.
They got their
In the back
rituals,
watching
man.
something under a pillow or some shit. The way this is going.
But yo, Bill Cosby could be a part of that whole occult thing
could be.
too. He probably
You
ate
know
babies.
they got that fucking thing where they go to the island and they dress up in the fucking the animal
No, I
faces
don't.
and
I
all
don't know
that shit.
anything about that, Michael.
Bro,
Pay
that's-
attention
They
to
wear,
any
they
of
wear the,
that shit.
hat, the headdresses.
They
that
have,
like
yes. This is a real thing that they do.
animal heads. His head.
They still do this. The elite go to this island. It's not fucking Jekyll Island. This is a different island they go to. It's an annual thing. This has been documented. These motherfuckers go
the
do
place
this
that
shit.
Alex Jones went and recorded at Grove. What is it? Grove.
Yeah, I can't remember, but you're right. You're right there with it. But yeah, it's where they fucking go, man. They dress up and do this ritual shit out that motherfucker,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Yeah, they burn
That's
an
real
effigy
shit.
of Moloch, the owl god. or
Yep,
whatever.
yep.
And they do all kind of weird gay shit. It's pretty wild. And these are like famous people,
Yes.
like Clintons and Kennedys.
What is this?
and-
What is this facility called, or what is this event called?
The Grove. What is it? What's the Grove?
Let me see if I can find it. I don't know how to fucking.
Search Alex Jones records Grove. Try that. That might get you there.
Alright, records. Grove.
What is the Grove? What's something? There's like a name. It's like blah blah Grove.
I snuck into, Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove.
That's it.
There you go.
In Monte Rio, California.
And that's
Cremation of Care, annual theatrical cremation of ritual performed in front of a giant stone owl statue. Told you, bro. It's just real, man. You
It's
ain't
the occult, dog. They're the ones eating the babies, bro.
They're eating babies out here, bro.
They fucking make the babies, they abort the babies, they eat the babies. It's of their own flesh. That's crazy. It's occult shit.
And they still doing this shit even though they were called out.
Well, they keeping the population down.
Sort of.
Huh?
But they're having babies they keep too. And raise up to eat babies. And then they eat other babies.
It might be like some, king shit,
So
back
they
in the
just
day.
eat the fucked up ones?
I don't know if they're that specific. If they
But how they pick them?
We don't know. We're not part of the group.
I think it's a part of that ritual rape
They just
culture
look
shit.
tasty and shit. This,
that
man,
ritual-
Timmy, you look a tasty ass baby, man.
Hey man, you know
Put him
how
over there on the do eat side.
you know how people think that they've been abducted by aliens sometimes and raped and fucking and then re-abducted and had the baby taken out of them and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Heard about that sort of stuff?
No. You see, this
It's
because
like
my man right here.
he said for years, if it didn't happen on the way to work or in the yard,
exactly.
I don't know about
This
it.
is exactly it right here. This is
And-
perfect
yeah.
example.
What are you talking about now? We got alien babies coming out this motherfucker. That really happened?
what
Where
it
where
could-
fucking was
what
in
it could
fucking
be-
Baltimore did it really actually happen?
What it could be is an elaborate ruse to steal babies from
Oh,
people.
kind of like the one dude that had the fucking Dolphins talked to him and he built a whole underground kingdom with
Exactly.
George and shit, and then he just came back to work.
Just like that. He stayed for weeks underwater in like a hotel kind of thing.
The Dolphins have built
the
for his
Dolphins
ass,
had
yeah,
for
and then
him,
the
yeah.
Dolphins just took him back when they ain't need him no more.
Yeah, they had him doing work that he
Yeah.
only knew how to do that the Dolphins couldn't get done. Wouldn't you take that job though?
I'll chill with Dolphins, yeah.
That's what I'm
Fuck yeah.
saying. If the Dolphins were like, "Hey, yo, look, can you help us out with this?"
But you ain't gonna try to do like that dude and fuck it on the side. Yeah, you gotta slip your penis in on the side.
Look, if I'm down there in that situation, the Dolphins try to throw that thing on me,
Hey, look, if you're talking
I'm
to
outnumbered,
Dolphins,
bro. I'm outnumbered. I gotta take it.
if
You know
you're
what I mean?
talking it now, oh wow,
Wait a minute, hold
he's
on.
taking it now.
I mean, I'm gonna have to give it to her. You know what I mean? Or him. How do you even know?
Outnumbered, you stupid ass.
They gonna jump you either way. If you don't fuck that one dolphin that wants that Dioc, they coming at you like a shark, bro. It's over with you.
Yeah,
You have to. You have to take it.
Shit.
They're
Just
taking
lay
it.
down there and let
you
her
don't-
fucking just ride the shit out like a dolphin,
If
man.
you
However
don't
that
give it
is.
to them, they're gonna
Yeah.
take it.
You better figure it out. Who's on top, type shit. You know what I mean? But the bitch might roll a little bit. You have a little teeter totter if she on the bottom.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tricky night.
So,
Nah, that dude already told you how to do it, man. So you got to turn on its side.
Yep, you got to get friends with it.
God damn it.
See, shit already happened, bro. We're trying to tell you. We pay attention to inform you of things, and then you're like, "Holy shit, this is crazy!" But no, this is
I mean,
all.
I was fine without
it's
that
been
knowledge.
happening. Well,
I mean, you know,
Hey,
it ain't hurt or help
What did
nothing. You know
G.I.
what I'm
Joe
saying?
say? No one has had the battle.
Well, they keep having that to them
What-
goddamn
what is
selves,
that?
bro.
The more you know.
oh man, where is that one?
The more you know, the more you blow, apparently.
It was in the perfect time, Mike.
Dolphin style.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The more
All
you
that
know.
shit be going on out here in the world, bro. We're here to inform you, homie.
Dog.
It's not just us. It's not just, me thinking crazy. This is how the world is.
Yeah, I mean, really, we're not like
I just
making
happen to see the shit and able to read through the bullshit. Be like, I know what the fuck you're
we
doing.
might make some stuff up, but a
But
lot
then
of
it
what
comes
we're
to light
making
to
up,
be real.
a lot of what we're making up is based in reality, and then it's like The Simpsons, where like we've made up so much shit that some of
Yeah.
it starts to become true.
Yep.
That's like how like Oprah's apparently a freak with the Diddy juice.
Yeah.
And like, there's no fucking telling what kind of nonsense she was up to, since she was like feeding,
running some shit,
feeding
boy,
children to the beast and shit.
Cause she ain't she don't love men, so and all these dudes is getting got. But
Well, like
she ain't.
you see about this Hayden Panettiere died, right?
Yeah, I heard
and,
the
like,
cover. It was something with CoverGirl, wasn't it?
I'm
Or
not-
was it CoverGirl?
Not really sure what happened.
Neutrogena. It was Neutrogena. or
She
some
was a
shit.
Neutrogena model. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
but
sure.
she had like postpartum and all that shit, and
Well-
she was trying to talk about the things that happened. And Neutrogena was like, "No, you got to shut up."
She was talking about stuff that happened to her, like when she was younger, like being
Yeah.
abused and shit by like the industry in Hollywood.
Yep.
And then just a couple months later, she dies. Apparently,
Yeah.
kind of sketchy. Kind of sketchy.
But that's how motherfuckers were so.
But in JFK, they had the guy talking about how when Kennedy got killed and he had been reassigned and put somewhere else in the world, and
Yeah.
that Kennedy hadn't been dead for more than 5 hours, but there was already details in the newspaper that
Yep.
shouldn't have been available. I feel like that's what's been going on with the Hayden Panettiere thing.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
The whole time. So, like, as soon as it happened, like, the first thing I saw about it, it was like, Hayden Panettiere's dead. And I was like, oh, that sucks. The next thing I see, it's like, Hayden Panettiere was told that if she didn't slow down, she would die within 6 months. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because people started talking about, I guess she had
she's
some
an
book or
alcoholic.
interview or something like that, and they were talking about her postpartum and all this shit.
Well, she had an
talked
alcohol
about
issue,
how she had some issues, and she gave up her daughter because she knew that she couldn't take care of her in the mind state that she was in or whatever, and shit like that.
Well,
but then again, the media, we don't know what's true because they always turn out some lies on some shit anyway.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, Dave Chappelle went crazy and went to Africa.
It felt like, it felt like as soon as she was dead, there was a pre-planned media blitz to make her look like a girl that had completely lost her shit and burned herself out to the point of dropping dead.
Yeah.
You know, like drinking and snorting and whatever her way through life and getting just completely toasted and done by the time she's 36. That was like the way that it looked like they were trying to make it be. And then I saw the clip of her talking about some naked dude in the bottom of in like a room on a yacht that some trusted woman she knew led her to and left her with. And this dude's like naked, like.
That's what they did to Bieber.
They do them to all of them.
Yeah, all
these young things.
But see, here's the thing that came out about Michael. This is what people were saying. Michael Jackson was trying to protect the kids from that shit like that.
I've heard that too.
That's why that's why he created Neverland. Because his daughter even says Neverland was not for them. Neverland was for the Make-A-Wish kids and all those kids he was trying to get and protect from the industry. Like, he made Neverland to protect the kids from the motherfuckers that he knew.
That's why he let Macaulay Culkin come hang out so much.
Because he didn't want, he seen what they were going to do to that boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Macaulay Culkin could have been one of them kids that could have got fondled had it not been for Mike.
He could have been like Corey
and Corey.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
But Mike ended up saving him.
Well, and Macaulay Culkin, as odd as he is, seems well adjusted.
Yeah, he's good now. His wife, his kids, like he's
right. Where Corey Feldman never seems right.
Nah.
And fucking Corey Haim, he's dead.
Yeah.
The Corys, one's dead, and the other one is clearly not right.
Yeah. And a lot of these child actors, you know, they didn't. But Mike saw something that he was like, oh, fuck, wait a minute, hold on. I'm saying shit that I shouldn't be saying.
They got diddled. You think Amanda Bynes would still be hot if she hadn't fucking had so much fucking trauma?
I'm quite sure. Quite sure.
I think so, too.
You know what I mean? Cause
she could have held out.
Yeah, you're quite sure. Like, all of them get traumatized and fucked some kind of way. Like, they just released a joint where Beyonce's sitting on fucking like some producer's lap while she's talking to Michael Jackson. He's like, hey, come here, sit on my lap so it'll be easier to talk. Bitch gets on up, sets her ass right on the motherfucker. Like, bitch, you're sitting right here. You're in the chair right here. The producer's right here. The phone's right there. You ain't had to get up from where you was at to sit on the producer's lap.
Yeah, we were in a perfectly good position in the first
You know
place.
what I mean? Like, come on now. Like, there's a whole lot of shit there. You know, and granted, that's all evil shit in Hollywood, the whole fucking night. We all know this. You know what I mean? We see people, once they get that bag, their whole shit changes. And they can't say nothing bad about fucking Hollywood and all that shit out there. They can't say nothing at all. They just got to go with it. That's why I like that fucking ball player, what's his name? Kyrie Irving. I fucks with that dude.
Yeah, because he stood up for something. Once or twice. He stands against
that motherfucker.
The flow. He doesn't just go with it and say, yeah, that's cool.
And I like that motherfucker, man. That's a stand-up motherfucking dude. How he carries himself and how he takes care of fucking the community he's in. All that shit. I fuck with him. But they always fuck with him. Something about, oh no, this motherfucker's this motherfucker's this. He's like,
he's
no.
a flat earther.
I'm not. He's like,
so are you, Mike.
Nah. We still got to figure that out. Because why can't we go to Antarctica?
That's totally different shit. That's like alien life and shit. That's like
So you think the alien life is in Antarctica?
I think there's probably alien life down there.
I'm quite sure there's a lot more shit out that motherfucking way.
There's ancient stuff, like civilizations that are probably dormant but maybe active, and the world is not prepared to accept that sort of level of reality.
I think they are now.
I think that we really are.
You can open up that motherfucking portal. Let it happen. Let it go. Come on. Let's see what happens.
But no, like if they're like 8 foot or 9 foot tall, like light skinned, skinny, blue eyed Nazi-looking motherfuckers living down there that are like related to that era of technology and history and associated, and they're like advanced technology, and I mean you can't tell what could or couldn't be down there, and there's so much weird
You're not allowed to go there.
There's so much weird shit going on elsewhere in the world with like deep crevices and noises and pressure and and
all these
potential
different anomalies
other creatures that may be in different places in the water and all that kind of shit.
Whole lot of shit, man. Just open the portal up now. Like, fuck, we're already here. Fuck it, just let it ride.
Well, that's where that Malaysian air went, right?
But yeah, that's gonna pop back up one day. That's gonna pop up all of a sudden. It's gonna be like that show Manifest and the other show. There's another show that's like that, where the plane just pops back up and it lands. You know, you guys been gone for 30 years. Huh? We were just in a storm. Like, what the fuck you talking about? No, y'all niggas been gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's like Twilight Zone shit. Like, that stuff's been... It's all derivative.
That's gonna pop back up somewhere or another. Like, the plane probably went through the fucking vortex before we even went through it. Them motherfuckers probably been living that fucking life.
I heard it went from one place to another place at that time. Like wormholed, if you will, to a different place on the planet. But I can't remember what I heard may or may not have actually occurred there. But it disappeared.
It's in the multiverse,
in theory, there's like a video of it somewhere where it's like flying and there's other planes with it and then it disappears.
Do you remember that show Sliders?
Yes.
It's something like that where it's going to a different fucking world.
Did you ever see Free Jack?
No, I haven't seen Free Jack.
Well, like, Emilio Estevez is like in a race and he wrecks his car and they never find his body. And then in the future, there's like a time travel teleportation device or whatever. Where they can freeze frame the time at just the right millisecond to zap your body out of wherever it is. So like right before the car hits the bridge that it explodes on, they delete his body or remove him from that reality and bring him to the future, because the bad guy wants to like get in his body and use his body to like fuck his ex-girlfriend.
That's crazy. You want to take the man's body so you can fuck him.
That's some killer cat.
Magical snapper, bro.
Yeah, look and say that's some killer cat.
That's a magic cat. That's doing the fucking for you.
That's what I'm saying.
You just gotta stand there. Jesus.
He understands.
But yeah, man, that shit that plane's gonna pop back up. The same time that plane pops back up, that's when they're gonna drop that motherfucking documentary on the mattress warehouses.
When the plane comes back, the mattress.
Yeah, the plane comes back, the mattress warehouse shit's gonna happen. The fucking shit in the Antarctic's gonna come through.
It's gonna
be wide open.
It's gonna be the #1 documentary on Netflix.
Yep.
The one that Mike's predicted.
Yep, already there.
All of them.
About mattress.
The Stagman one, mattress warehouse.
No, Stedman's gonna be coming soon because Stedman's already old. Stedman's gotta be getting ready, like on his last couple of legs, but nobody knows where's he at. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows where he is.
You don't see him
locked
in public.
up in the tower.
You never see him out
getting
public.
His blood drained by fucking Oprah and
Gail out there just sucking him dry.
That's why Gail keeps looking younger, because she's always taking his blood. She's using that plasma.
Oprah's like, you know what, girl? You've been rolling with me this long. You go ahead.
I'm gonna show you how this gets
suck
done.
Some of this plasma down, girl.
Yeah, knock some of this down. We're gonna put some plasma injections into your face.
We're gonna fake fly you to space, and you're gonna say you loved it.
Intravenously, it feeds you the plasma that we've stolen from Stedman.
Yeah, for stem cells and all this shit in these babies.
That's right. He's getting marrow transplants like pulled out of him.
Yeah, they're gonna keep him.
They're using everything. He can barely walk.
Yeah, they're using all his shit.
Yeah. He's just drained.
Yeah.
Just on a constant level of drain.
Organs, they're taking little bits at a time. The liver grows back, so they take a piece of liver.
Yeah, they open him up every little. They're laparoscopically going in and pulling out pieces of his liver.
Just a sliver.
Yeah. And they're cooking it up with onions and eating it.
It's a fava bean.
Mixing it with baby.
It's a Chianti.
Like, we got fava beans, Chianti, some slivered onions, and chunks of Stedman liver. We got Stedman liver on the platter tonight.
What a nice red wine.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, the Jew has clearly had enough. We gotta shut this episode down.
Yep.
We've reached up against our time limit.
He's wrapping this shit up.
He's literally shut it down. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jew has decided that's enough of this episode. So, we'd like to thank you so much for listening. I encourage you to listen to old episodes.
Like, share, subscribe.
I left if I didn't live here.
Be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies and gentlemen. Keep moving forward.
Yeah, keep grinding on the shit you're trying to get done, because that's how it's going to get done.
We believe in you.
Don't forget, we love you very, very much.
Love y'all.
We wish you nothing but the best.
All day, every day.
And
Nice
peace be
knowing
with
y'all.
you.
God.
I was handling my business, I barely spoke. They were speaking